Hello and welcome to this edition of our MPTV Coaches Show. As you can see, we're here in the Potter Dome. Ryan Lindley, Eric Myers, and Eric, we got a great show in store for today.
Yeah, as Coach Lindley told us, we're hanging out here in the Potter Dome underneath our boys basketball and girls basketball because we're here to bring you a preview show, right? So we've had the opportunity this morning here to sit down with Coach Frank, some of the varsity basketball players, and we're going to meet with Coach Becker throughout this episode. So should be a pretty good one as we bring you a winter sports preview.
Right now, I had the great opportunity to sit down a little bit with our boys varsity basketball seniors and Coach Frank, so let's go and talk to our varsity boys basketball seniors right now. Welcome back to our MPTV Coaches Show. Ryan Lindley here with our seniors and our varsity boys basketball team. We'll start with Tate Rowley over here, and I'm going to let Tate introduce the rest of the seniors. So, Tate, take it away.
Hello, my name is Tate Rowley, and I'm a senior.
I'm Ethan Hurst, and I'm a senior.
I'm Kevin, and I'm a senior.
Brooks, I'm a senior.
All right, guys, let me start with this. Just a real quick question for you. I mean, we've had basically a little bit over a week of practice now. What are you working on? What's going well? Let's start with Brooks.
Yeah, we're really working on our defensive rotations and all that stuff and just getting a lot of shots up mainly.
Next question, I'll go to Kevin here. Just kind of maybe, is there a game on the schedule or an event, something that you're really looking forward to this year?
Yeah, we're super hyped about the Pekin Holiday Tournament. We're looking forward to it, and hopefully we're ready for it.
All right, Ethan, next question for you here. Maybe like just individually, if you're thinking about like your own game, what's something that you're working on, trying to get better at?
Well, I'm definitely more of like a defense rebounder guy, so, crashing the rim, creating second opportunities for my teammates is something that...
And Tate, last question, I guess, for you here. Talk to me a little bit about, obviously, as you go into this season, you look back at last year, what's maybe like an overall goal for the team this season?
I'd say a goal for us, looking at our schedule, is just upwards of 25-win season and hopefully coming out with the regional since we fell short last year.
Thanks a bunch, guys, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
All right, back here on our MPTV Coaches Show with varsity boys basketball coach Matt Franks. Coach, first question, we've had about a week of practice so far. Just kind of where are you right now? How do you feel about practice so far this season?
Early season. We're excited. Like I said, we got a great group of guys. They're working really hard, trying to get better every day. Like I said, it's just your traditional early season ups and downs. So it's going well.
We had the opportunity to talk to your seniors earlier. Just talk about those guys and kind of the leadership that they provide.
It's always a new experience for them. Like I said, it's early in their senior year, practice number 8, I think we're in right now. And they've done a great job. It's like we talk about this a lot with them, they're finding their voice, their leadership style and whatnot. And so each of them is going to find their way in their own way. So, so far they've been doing a great job.
And then just kind of talk to me a little bit, maybe like goals for the season. I mean, obviously sometimes you break it down into, goals at various parts of the season, but as you get ready, you're about a week away from the opener. What are some of the goals you're setting for 22-23?
We try to keep it really simple, really, really simple. And our number one goal is just to get better every single day. So we focus on that. We stay in the moment. And what drill by drill, segment by segment, and just get better. Push ourselves. We got a great group of guys that are very competitive, so just kind of embrace that. And so it's as simple as every day, every segment, we want to get better.
And then last question here for the folks at home probably want to get out to a game. One thing you've mentioned to me is pretty heavy home schedule this year. So just kind of what are some of the highlights on the schedule?
Well, we opened the season with the Hometown Community Bank's Round Ball Classic. And so that's great. Out of Thanksgiving, we play the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, then we play the Friday and Saturday right after Thanksgiving here at home in the Potter Dome. We're excited about that. We're also excited. This is year number 3 of our shootout, the Renewal by Anderson shootout that we host. It's got a great docket. It's really kind of evolved. It's turning into the Mid-Illini Big 12 Challenge. This year we play Normal West, so it'll be a great evening. Hopefully the Potter fans will come out and support us.
Awesome. Well, wish you the best of luck this season. And again, folks, we're about a week away from the season opener, so make sure you get out and check out some Potters basketball this year. It's a great conversation there with head coach Matt Franks. Boys varsity basketball team doing a lot of work to get ready for this season. as we're filming this, they actually start tomorrow, and a lot of prospects, young team, but they seem really excited.
Yeah, as we talked to those guys, like you just said, they were really excited about their senior season, and there's a lot of youth on this team. You got 2 more juniors and 6 sophomores on the team, so should be a pretty good one. So obviously come out to the Potter Dome, cheer on your Morton Potters here Tuesday, 7 p.m. It's going to be a good one versus Altamont.
Absolutely, and now we're going to get a chance to go talk to our varsity girls team, talk to Coach Becker, talk to Eddie Engel, junior on the team, and they'll be home this Thanksgiving weekend as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at those 2 interviews. All right, back here on our Coach's Show with varsity girls basketball coach Bob Becker. And Coach, we're filming this on Wednesday. The first game is Saturday. Just talk a little bit about how practice has gone so far this year.
Yeah, I mean, we're about 2.5 weeks in. We've got a great group of kids. They're working hard. We're trying to instill some confidence and belief that we can be pretty good, and I do think it's a journey that we're going to go through together. We don't have to be perfect. How we deal with challenges and adversities along the way is going to make all the difference for us. So I think we've got experience back. We don't maybe have the bona fide Division I talent, but we've got talent. I think we've got some competitive depth that we've seen in practice. So, there's been day to day where I've kind of gone back and forth who's going to start, but I think we can go 8 or 9 deep at this point, and I'm excited about that. We're going to try to play a little more up tempo. So we're trying to speed up decision making. Getting down the floor. We've given them a lot of freedom offensively, but they're working. It's just going to be a work in progress, most definitely.
Gotcha. Let me ask this question kind of off of what you just said. Talk about playing a little bit more up-tempo. What's kind of the process to help build that?
I mean, it's a change of mindset. So it's, one, discipline to get down the floor and be organized in our five-spot approach. And they've got to sprint every time, make or miss. We're trying to fly down the floor. And if we've got an advantage, we're trying to let's capitalize on it. Let's be in attack mode. So it's not for the tentative. And we've had to fight some of that where they're passing up a shot or they're passing up a chance to drive a closeout. And that's a little bit of a change because, to be honest, last year we tried to sometimes manage the game, keep the ball a little bit longer. Not like we were in a delay, but it was to our advantage sometimes. This year we want to try to pressure people a little more offensively. We don't have a 6-footer on the team, which is fine because I think back to 2015 and we won the whole thing without a 6-footer. But we've got to be tenacious and aggressive. We're going to play extremely hard at the defensive end. But we're trying to give them some freedom to get out and go on the offensive end, and that takes a little bit. It's a different mindset for the kids because they can't be worried. And it's got to be quicker decisions, and we're working on that. And I think in time we'll get there.
Awesome. Let me ask you this question. I was looking at the schedule today, and obviously you host the Thanksgiving tournament as you always do. Just talk a little bit about this year's schedule and maybe some of the highlights.
Sure. I mean, it's changed a little bit. We open up. We have a game this Saturday before our tournament, which hasn't been typical for us. So we go to Rock Island. They'll be very athletic. It's a long road trip. It'll be our first game. Some of the kids, it'll be their first varsity experience. I think by that point, they are definitely going to be ready to play somebody else besides each other. And we're excited to see what we can do with just our side against their side. But Rock Island, we go on the road there. We go to Mahomet Seymour later this season. We go to Sycamore, my alma mater, on a Saturday later this season. They'll be one of the ranked teams in the state. Again, I mean, our schedule is not for the faint of heart either. I mean, we're going to put them to the test. We'll play Peoria Central as a non-conference. The tournament coming our way Thanksgiving is still East St. Louis and Richwoods, Champaign Central, and Big School Batavia coming down. So we will be tested. There might be some road bumps in the way, but how we handle it, how we respond will make the difference. And I think that we've got the makings of a team that can be very dangerous in the postseason.
Awesome. Well, thanks a bunch, Coach. We look forward to following along this season. Again, first game this Saturday and tournament next week after Thanksgiving on Friday and Saturday. Back here on our show, Ryan Lindley now with junior Addie Engel. Addie, let me start with this. You've been practicing for, about 2.5 weeks now. How's practice going?
I think it's going really well. We've been making a lot of improvements from the start. I know open gyms were a little rough, but I think we're feeling a lot more confident after these first 2.5 weeks.
Awesome. Talk about some goals. Like as a team, what's something maybe that, is kind of the team looking toward this year?
I mean, we're always looking to go as far as we can in the postseason. I think this year we're looking to communicate more. We're looking to play fast. We're just looking to do the best we can by postseason. So
Awesome. And then talk about yourself a little bit, just individually as a player. Maybe what's a goal that you have or a skill that you're trying to develop this year?
I'm trying to be more of like a vocal leader because I'm more of a quiet person, so I'm trying to be more of a communicator on the court.
Awesome. Well, best of luck this year, and we look forward to following this season. Again, girls will start their home schedule this Thanksgiving weekend, Friday and Saturday. And again, they seem really excited as well.
For sure. As Coach Becker talked about, lots of youth. Got to find that leader. Got to get it up here to on the Potter Dome and get everything going. They've had the one game so far. Probably didn't go as good as they would have liked, but always working, getting better on a daily basis. And as we've talked about time and time again, lots of basketball happening this weekend here at the Potter Dome, and another team with a lot of youth.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the exciting thing about this year, right? I mean, if you're coming out to the Potter Dome, you're going to see maybe some players you haven't really seen before, but I mean, a lot of opportunities to maybe have players sort of write their names into that Potter's record book for the first time.
And maybe a little bit different style than sometimes we used to. Sometimes for both teams, it's like to slow it down, pound the ball inside with some leadership and just size. Neither team's got a ton of that. So maybe a little different style of basketball, run and gun. I don't know, we'll have to see.
We'll see. Again, home games this week, boys on Tuesday, girls and boys actually on Friday and Saturday. So if you're not doing anything over the Thanksgiving weekend, you want to do something after you eat your turkey, come out to the Potter Dome, watch the Potters take on a multitude of different opponents.
Not only that, if you can't make it to the Potter Dome, you can always go to MPTV, NFHS Network, subscribe, watch. We're going to have all those games broadcast to you while you can sit home and eat your turkey with your family.
Absolutely. Again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We'll be back. We'll be looking at wrestling next week, amongst other things, also updating you on how those Thanksgiving basketball tournaments went. So for Eric Myers, I'm Ryan Lindley. Goodbye, everybody.